Hello all and welcome back to another wonderful Ponytown news update video. Today we have ourselves here version 0.91.0. This adds several new marketplace objects to the island. You can now place basically anything that you've seen in the marketplace on your party island. As you can see in this GIF, there's everything from these little skewers to some baskets of berries to these different posts here that Chira seems to be very upset about because Elu here is very undecisive. Or indecisive, I guess is how you should say that. There's all kinds of new barrels and just so many cool things in this update. They literally added 282 objects to this update. We now have 823 objects that we can place on our island, different ones. At least that's how many are in the actual build menu itself. Obviously, there's more if you start counting stuff like the color differences and all this other stuff. But just strictly what's in the build menu now, there's like 823, and they added 282 new objects. This changelog looks very big, but literally just name any object that you can think of that's in the marketplace, and it's probably added. So I'm not going to really go over this changelog too much, but as you can see, there is literally so many new things. But one thing I do want to mention, I do want to mention a few things in the changelog itself, besides all these new objects, which is obviously the highlight of this update. But of course, they disabled the Halloween event. You can no longer collect candy during this Halloween event, or collect the toys for the Halloween event or anything like that. You can still, however, check the leaderboard, so the leaderboard will still be up there for a limited amount of time, and then the leaderboard should go away, and then the next event will happen, I guess. But they added the ability to exchange items as well, which I find very interesting and fascinating. So you can now exchange items, which I find to be a very useful mechanic. It's going to be very useful. I'm going to try to show it off later, but I'm going to have to hope that just some random person agrees to it or whatever. But like I said, the highlight of this is that they added a bunch of new things, but there's still a few other things too, such as animations to object placing previews, some tools and smithing object category. They rearranged some categories, rearranged items in different categories. They added new categories such as the tool and smithing category. They renamed the flowers to the gardening category. They moved boats to the outdoor category. They moved tools to the smithing category. They moved mushrooms to the gardening category. Moved mushrooms category. They adjusted some other object names and categories and stuff like that. They improved eating effect and color when eating some items. They improved all kinds of other things as well, which is interesting and nice. Of course, they fixed a bunch of different things like that. And of course, the candy, the /candy and similar commands not getting sent in the public chat when you try to whisper and stuff like that. They fixed the map menu showing a persistent new map tooltip. All kinds of things like that, but overall, let's go ahead and hop into the game. Oh, what's that? I'm in the game? How is that possible? Oh my gosh. But anyway, as you can see, this isn't all the new items. I didn't want to sit here for probably an hour or two placing literally every single new object, but as you can see, there's lots of new fancy stuff here. We have all kinds of flowers and stuff here, which we can pick from. We have several different of these posts. In fact, we have an entire post category, so if we go to the lantern post, you can see how there's literally just so many, so many, and they obviously, you can have them like this, all kinds of different versions, some that are off, some that are on, some that are dynamic, some that have like the little firefly lanterns on them, and of course we have firefly lanterns themselves on the island now, so now your mini games and stuff like that involving the fireflies are a lot more easy to actually play and use, because now you can actually place them on your island and pick them up, and they'll actually have a firefly in it, and of course you can release it and it will release it. Just keep in mind that there is a limit to how many you can release on your party island, so keep that in mind. As you can see here, there's different categories and stuff now, so obviously we have the all objects: indoor, outdoor, food and storage, nature, gardening. Then we have tool and smithing, which has all the tools and stuff like that. The lantern post, which I just showed off. The miscellaneous only has like 2 items in it now, or I guess 3 because the item stash 2. So miscellaneous is probably going to die off soon. I imagine that category is just going to go completely away eventually because there's only 3 items in it. Who knows though? And then of course, like I said, there's the tool and smithing, which has literally every tool and stuff like that. And then like the crowbar barrel, which is pretty cool. The bellows, which is pretty neat. And then of course the furnace, which is also neat. I didn't really think about this when the marketplace came out, but technically there's lava in Ponytown now because, I mean, that's lava, right? So It's kind of a stretch, I'll admit, but technically you can place lava on your island now, so take it that what you will, and I can't wait to see what you guys do with that. But of course, there's all kinds of cool things. If we actually go to our food and storage category, we can place watermelons now, which is pretty cool. You can't eat the watermelon yet, unfortunately. But then, of course, there's the skewers. There's even a blank skewer, and there's a really nice thing that you can do with the skewers. I'm going to make a video shortly, sometime soon, sometime this week, showing a lot of ideas of what you can do with these new items. It's going to happen very soon, not tomorrow or the day after or anything like that. It's going to happen probably like Wednesday or something, but I'm going to be making a video on all the new things that you can do with these tools and items and stuff. There is so many cool ideas that I have for these things. I can't wait to show them to you. But of course we have the scales now, we have knives that we can place on our island, some standing knives, or I guess knife pointing downward, which has colliders, all kinds of fancy stuff like that, the potato bag, which is pretty neat, and then of course like the basket of cherries, and the basket of berries, and the basket of avocados. All of these different baskets and stuff. It's pretty nice. We even can place a barrel of water, a water barrel, right down on our island. And of course, the drink barrel, which I can only imagine is going to be used in some very, very creative ways. All kinds of new things. We even have like this weird rope stand, which kind of looks like a ladder. Unfortunately, it does have colliders, so you can't use it as a ladder, but it is pretty neat. And then, of course, we have these little things here. I'm not actually even sure what they're called. The changelog, if we can talk about the changelog again for a second, because I just realized something. Yeah, this says that they moved mushrooms to the gardening category, but this is actually an error. They didn't move the mushrooms to the gardening category. They actually took the mushrooms and put them in the nature category. So that's kind of a typo, error, whatever you want to say. But if you're looking for the mushrooms, they're in the nature category now. I figured I should say that real quick since that is a mistake in the changelog. And as you can see here, there's no mushrooms whatsoever in the gardening tab. But yeah, these little things here, the little picket boxes. I really wish we could get these picket fences as a placeable wall or something like that. I tried to tell them like, oh, this would be so cool as a wall. I asked like twice. I don't know if it's going to happen, but if it does happen, I'm going to be very happy if we can get these as placeable walls, because we need more walls in Ponytown. We have kind of the same walls that we've had forever, and of course we have stuff like fences, but it'd be really nice to have like a picket fence that we could place around, just like this fence right here. It can be flyoverable and everything. It would just be really nice. No new floor tiles or anything like that, but as you can see, there's all kinds of new gardening tools and stuff like that. You can put stuff inside these picket fences. They work properly. It's really nice and really lovely, and I don't really know what else to say other than let's try to get ourselves an exchange going on. So let's go ahead and get ourselves a knife, because people love knives, so maybe they'll want to exchange for that. And then of course, oh, one more thing I want to say, and this is just for the meme of it. It is a cucumber. It is a cucumber. It was a cucumber. It was a cucumber. Some of you called me a madman, but it was called a cucumber when they added it in the marketplace, and here it is again on the build menu. You could place cucumbers. It was a cucumber. It's not a pickle. I was right. Anyway, let's let's move on. Let's get ourselves a let's say you want to give an item to a player. Of course, you can click on the player like this, and then click on this thing up here in the top left. As you can see, I can just give this item right away, or I can exchange items. So if I come up to this person here with a party popper, or I guess not that person, because party poppers are also broken in this update, by the way, so you can expect that to be fixed probably by the time this comes out. But anyway, if you come up to this person here, you can now exchange items. So I can click on them like that, send item exchange request to Frog Moment. They can either accept it or reject it, just like the give item thing works. And let's see what they do. I don't think they're gonna accept it. They're like, what the fuck, because they've never seen it before, and now I have their party popper and they have my knife. So that's how the exchange works. As you can see, the party popper is definitely very severely broken, but that pretty much does it for the update. There's like literally now I can kill my friends. There's not really anything else to talk about in the update. I went through everything here in the changelog. They fixed some map errors. As you can see, there's no Halloween decorations anymore, but like I said before, the player leaderboard is still here, which means this player here, default, won. They won it. They won it this time. Big surprise there. Not really, but they won. This is the final leaderboard. This will eventually go away. This leaderboard will go away probably in the very next update. Well, not the very next update, because the very next update is going to be a bug fix for this. But this leaderboard will go away soon, and eventually we'll move into winter, come sometime in December, and then shortly after the December update, we'll have Christmas and stuff like that, and you'll be able to collect presents and stuff. But for now, this is what we have. These are the changes. Apparently, Skella is the Lord and Savior. I don't know. I don't make the rules. This person here, Don Glean, makes the rules. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please do consider liking, subscribing, sharing, and doing all of those wonderful things like that. Because when you do those wonderful things like that, not only do you get access to wonderful content such as this, but you just get to become wonderful for yourself, and I think we all want that. So do those wonderful things, and until next time, stay wonderful.